Step into the world of candlelight suppers, hand-stitched doilies, and the ever-determined Hyacinth Bucket, that's Bouquet, as we revisit the beloved British sitcom Keeping Up Appearances. From hilarious social blunders to unforgettable characters, this classic series remains a fan favorite decades later. But what happened to the stars behind the laughter? Join us as we explore the lives, careers, and legacies of the cast, celebrating those still with us and honoring the memory of those we've sadly lost. Whether you're a longtime fan or a curious newcomer, this nostalgic journey will surprise, delight, and maybe even bring a tear to your eye. Patricia Routledge portrayed Hyacinth Bucket in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when she was 61 years old. Hyacinth is an unforgettable television character, an upper-class wannabe with delusions of grandeur and a manic dedication to social etiquette. Insisting her surname be pronounced Bouquet, she tirelessly hosts candlelight suppers and attempts to impress vicars, ladies of the manor, and anyone she considers important. Her exaggerated refinement, paired with her inability to recognize her own absurdity, provides the show with its core humor. Patricia Routledge, born on February 17, 1929, in Tranmere, Cheshire, England, had a celebrated stage and screen career even before taking on this iconic role. A classically trained actress, she performed extensively with the Royal Shakespeare Company and won an Olivier Award for Best Actress in a musical in 1988. She was also praised for dramatic roles, such as in Hetty Wainthropp Investigates. In 2017, she was made a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. As of 2025, Patricia Routledge is 96 years old, retired from acting, and resides in the UK, living a quiet and private life out of the spotlight. Judy Cornwell portrayed Daisy in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when she was 50 years old. Daisy is the sweet-natured but disheveled sister of Hyacinth, married to the eternally lazy Onslow. While Hyacinth yearns for refinement and status, Daisy is content with the simple things in life. Beer with her husband, romantic paperback novels, and the occasional harmless fantasy about passion and adventure. Her earthy humor and relaxed demeanor are in stark contrast to Hyacinth's uptight perfectionism. Judy Cornwell, born on February 22, 1940 in Hammersmith, London, is an English actress and author. In addition to her standout role in Keeping Up Appearances, she appeared in Santa Claus, the movie, 1985, Bergerac, and EastEnders. She also published several novels, including semi-autobiographical works that explored her early life and acting journey. Cornwell has remained proud of her role as Daisy, which gained her enduring affection from fans of classic British comedy. As of 2025, Judy Cornwell is 85 years old and retired from acting. She lives a quiet life and occasionally gives interviews or appears at nostalgic events celebrating the show. Geoffrey Hughes portrayed Onslow in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when he was 46 years old. Onslow is the very definition of anti-aspirational comedy, unkempt, laid back, and perpetually clad in a greasy vest and cap. He spends his days lounging on the sofa, shouting at the racing on TV, and mocking his sister-in-law Hyacinth's obsession with appearances. Yet, beneath his slobbish exterior, Onslow is oddly philosophical, with moments of surprising insight and compassion. His dynamic with Daisy, who adores him despite his laziness, forms one of the show's most heartwarming and hilarious relationships. Geoffrey Hughes was born on February 2, 1944, in Wallasey, Cheshire. He had a long and successful career playing everyman roles in British television, including Eddie Yates in Coronation Street, Vernon in Heartbeat, and Twiggy in The Royal Family. He also voiced Paul McCartney in the animated Beatles film Yellow Submarine, 1968. In 2010, Hughes was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He passed away on July 27, 2012, at the age of 68, after a long battle with the disease. He left behind a legacy of iconic characters loved across generations. Mary Miller portrayed Rose in Keeping Up Appearances from 1991 when she was 55 years old. Rose is Hyacinth's flirtatious and impulsive sister, always seen in flashy outfits and perpetually recovering from romantic heartbreaks. Passionate and dramatic, she often clashes with Hyacinth's obsession with respectability, bringing chaos and hilarity to every scene. Though portrayed by two actresses during the show's run, Mary Miller's portrayal from Series 2 onward became iconic, infusing the character with both comedic energy and emotional vulnerability. Mary Miller was born on July 26, 1936, in Doncaster, Yorkshire, and was a talented stage performer before turning to television. She had a successful theater career, starring as Madame Giry in the original London cast of The Phantom of the Opera. Her musical talents and expressive acting made her stand out in every role. Tragically, Miller passed away on November 10, 1998, at the age of 62, following a battle with ovarian cancer. Her death came just a few years after the series ended, and she is fondly remembered for her vibrant spirit and unforgettable presence on screen. Clive Swift portrayed Richard Bucket in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when he was 54 years old. Richard is Hyacinth's long-suffering husband, a retired civil servant who quietly endures his wife's relentless social climbing. With dry wit and understated sarcasm, Richard is the voice of reason in a world of tea parties, candlelight suppers, and status anxiety. Though constantly roped into Hyacinth's schemes, he remains loyal and patient, adding a subtle emotional balance to the show's comedy. Clive Swift, born on February 9, 1936, in Liverpool, England, was an accomplished stage and screen actor. A graduate of Cambridge University, he trained at RADA and performed extensively with the Royal Shakespeare Company. Aside from Keeping Up Appearances, he appeared in Doctor Who, Inspector Morse, and A Passage to India. Swift also wrote books on acting and gave popular musical lectures. He passed away on February 1, 2019, just days before his 83rd birthday, following a short illness. He was remembered as a versatile actor with a sharp intellect and enduring charm. Josephine Tusen portrayed Elizabeth Warden in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when she was 59 years old. Elizabeth is Hyacinth's nervous next-door neighbor, frequently invited for coffee she doesn't want, and forever trembling at the risk of breaking a precious cup. Her frequent fumbles, like accidentally spilling tea or shattering china, became beloved running gags. Despite her anxiety, Elizabeth provides gentle comic relief and an empathetic counterbalance to Hyacinth's overbearing nature. Josephine Tusen, born on February 26, 1931, in Hampstead, London, had a prolific television and theatre career. She trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art and appeared in classic British comedies including Last of the Summer Wine and Shelley. She was particularly known for her ability to portray shy, awkward characters with warmth and perfect timing. In later years, she continued acting on stage and made appearances at fan events. Tusen passed away on August 18, 2022, at the age of 91 from natural causes. Her quiet brilliance left a lasting mark on British comedy. David Griffin portrayed Emmett Hawksworth in Keeping Up Appearances from 1991, when he was 48 years old. Emmett is Elizabeth's brother and a retired musical director who moves in with her, only to find himself relentlessly tormented by Hyacinth's unwanted and off-key musical performances. Timid and musically refined, Emmett becomes one of the show's most comically tortured souls, often reduced to hiding in bushes or ducking out windows to avoid Hyacinth's impromptu recitals. David Griffin, born on July 19, 1943, in Richmond, Surrey, is a British actor best known for his role in this series and as squadron leader Anthony Fairfax in High to High. He began his acting career in the 1960s and has appeared in various stage plays, sitcoms, and dramas. After keeping up appearances, Griffin continued to act, particularly in theater tours and pantomimes, where he remained a favorite among live audiences. As of 2025, he is 81 years old and largely retired from screen acting, but occasionally participates in classic TV retrospectives and fan events. Marian Baron portrayed the vicar's wife in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when she was 32 years old. As the vicar's wife, Marian Baron brought a soft-spoken and kindly presence to the chaos surrounding Hyacinth. Often seen offering gentle support to her husband while attempting to gracefully maneuver around Hyacinth's outrageous behavior, her character added a calm and composed layer to the church's recurring scenes. While her role was relatively small, she contributed greatly to the comedic contrast and awkwardness Hyacinth inspired in nearly every situation. Marian Baron, born on March 28, 1958, in British India, trained as an actress and appeared in several TV series including Don't Wait Up and Screen 2. Although her career was more low-profile compared to others in the cast, her role in Keeping Up Appearances brought her lasting recognition. As of 2025, Marian Baron is 67 years old. She stepped back from mainstream acting but is remembered fondly by fans of the show and occasionally participates in cast reunions and interviews. Jeremy Gittens portrayed Michael, the local vicar, in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when he was 34 years old. As the well-meaning and perpetually polite vicar, Michael is often caught in Hyacinth's web of social desperation, invited to countless unwanted events, and subject to awkward encounters at his own church. His calm demeanor and forced diplomacy make him a consistent target for Hyacinth's attempts to associate with important people, despite his quiet efforts to keep his distance. Jeremy Gittens, born on January 30, 1956 in Manchester, England, is a British actor known for his appearances in popular series such as Doctor Who, Tenko, and Boone, though Keeping Up Appearances remains his most famous role. He also worked extensively in stage productions and British soap operas. Gittens is recognized for his comedic timing and gentlemanly presence, which made him the perfect fit for the vicar role. As of 2025, he is 69 years old, living privately and semi-retired from acting, but still occasionally active in theater and voice work. Shirley Stealthox portrayed Rose in Keeping Up Appearances during the first series in 1990 when she was 49 years old. Rose, the flirtatious and emotionally volatile sister of Hyacinth, brought boldness and chaos to every scene. Always entangled in some romantic drama, Rose embodied the wild, uninhibited side of the family, the very part Hyacinth tried desperately to hide. Stealthox's portrayal was vibrant and lively, laying the foundation for a character that would be further explored by a different actress in later series. Shirley Stealthox, born on April 11, 1941, in Dukenfield, Cheshire, trained at RADA, and enjoyed a long career in British television, film, and theater. She appeared in shows like Emmerdale, EastEnders, and Coronation Street, often portraying strong or eccentric female roles. Tragically, Shirley Stealthox passed away on December 7, 2015, at the age of 74, after a short battle with terminal cancer. She was remembered by fans and colleagues as a talented actress with immense range and professionalism. David Jansen portrayed Michael the Postman in Keeping Up Appearances starting in 1992 when he was 42 years old. Michael the Postman is yet another unwilling victim of Hyacinth Bucket's relentless need for control and conversation. Known for frantically trying to avoid her, often by leaping over garden fences or sprinting down the street, his brief but memorable appearances added a slapstick element to the show. His silent suffering and exaggerated reactions provided an excellent comedic foil to Hyacinth's overbearing personality. David Jansen, born on March 30th, 1950 in Clapham, London, began his acting career as a child and notably appeared in A Hard Day's Night, 1964, as a young boy. He was also well known for replacing Richard Gibson as Herr Flick in later episodes of Allo Allo Jansen, worked steadily across British television, stage, and voice work, showcasing his versatility and enduring appeal. As of 2025, he is 75 years old and continues to be involved in theater direction and occasional public appearances at nostalgic TV events. Anna Dawson portrayed Violet in Keeping Up Appearances starting in 1995 when she was 58 years old. Violet is Hyacinth's wealthy sister, famously described as having a Mercedes, a swimming pool, and room for a pony. Though she rarely appeared on screen, her off-camera presence was frequently referenced by Hyacinth as proof of her family's supposed prestige. When Violet does appear, she is often seen dealing with personal drama, particularly involving her cross-dressing, emotionally unstable husband. Anna Dawson, born on July 27, 1937, in Bolton, Lancashire, was a classically trained actress and singer who had a rich career in musical theater, variety, and television. She worked with prominent entertainers such as Benny Hill and appeared in numerous musical revues. Her poised and elegant demeanor made her a perfect fit for the respectable sister in Hyacinth's chaotic family circle. As of 2025, Anna Dawson is 88 years old and retired from acting, enjoying a private life away from the public spotlight. Charmian May portrayed Counselor Mrs. Nugent in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when she was 53 years old. Counselor Mrs. Nugent is a figure of social authority whom Hyacinth is desperate to impress. Often invited to Hyacinth's candlelight suppers or targeted for idle flattery, Mrs. Nugent represents the type of middle-class respectability Hyacinth aspires to be associated with. With her air of quiet superiority and understated humor, she served as a subtle, amusing reminder of the world Hyacinth could never quite infiltrate. Charmian May, born on June 16, 1937, in Ilford, Essex, was a seasoned character actress in British television, film, and theater. She appeared in comedies such as The Good Life, The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perrin, and Bridget Jones's Diary, 2001, in which she played Mrs. Darcy. May was known for her elegant bearing and perfect delivery in portraying upper-class English women. Sadly, she passed away on October 24, 2002, at the age of 65, after a brief illness. Her death marked the loss of a brilliant comedic talent whose work added polish to every scene she graced. Peter Celier portrayed the Major in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when he was 62 years old. The Major is part of Hyacinth's elusive social circle, a retired military man who, along with others like Daddy and Mrs. Nugent, adds to the show's portrayal of English upper-middle-class eccentricity. With his firm voice, regimental posture, and frequent mentions of wartime adventures, the Major is both humorous and oddly endearing. He's often seen at Hyacinth's functions, either bewildered by the chaos or politely tolerating it. Peter Celier, born on July 12, 1928, in Hendon, Middlesex, is a veteran British actor with an extensive career spanning stage and screen. He is perhaps best known internationally for playing Sir Frank Gordon in Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister. His film appearances include Barry Lyndon, Chariots of Fire, and The Remains of the Day. With his aristocratic bearing and resonant voice, Celier was a go-to actor for upper-class roles. As of 2025, he is 97 years old and believed to be retired from acting, having left behind a legacy of refined, memorable performances. Eric Carté portrayed Sergeant Watkins in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when he was approximately 44 years old. Sergeant Watkins appears briefly in the series as part of the local police force. typically brought into Hyacinth's path during one of her overreactions or imagined emergencies.
Would you kindly telephone?
With his calm and professional demeanor, he serves as a subtle counterpoint to Hyacinth's dramatic antics. Though a minor role, Carte's performance added to the sense of realism amidst the show's absurdities.
We won't know,
Eric
will
Carte,
we?
born in 1946 in the UK, trained at the prestigious Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA. He had a wide-ranging career in theater, television, and film, appearing in productions such as The Professionals, Agatha Christie's Poirot, and New Tricks. Carte was respected for his versatility and refined stage presence, frequently cast in authoritative roles. As of 2025, he is around 79 years old, and while no longer regularly seen on screen, he remains connected to the acting community through mentorship and occasional stage appearances. Norman Lovett portrayed Mr. Duxbury in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when he was 44 years old. Mr. Duxbury was a minor character in the series, featured in a workplace context or briefly interacting with Hyacinth's orbit of influence. Though a small role, Norman Lovett brought his signature deadpan humor to the part, delivering understated reactions that added realism to the show's social absurdities. Lovett, born on October 31st, 1946 in Windsor, Berkshire, is best known for his role as Holly, the ship's computer, in the cult sci-fi comedy Red Dwarf.
You're not thinking of anything
With his
else.
minimalist delivery and quirky timing, Lovett has carved out a niche in British comedy both on stage and on television. He has also been active in stand-up comedy and frequently appears at conventions and fan events. As of 2025, Norman Lovett is 78 years old and continues to perform selectively. His distinct style remains appreciated by fans of alternative British comedy and classic sitcoms alike. Sue Lloyd portrayed Mrs. Drummond in Keeping Up Appearances, 1993, when she was 54 years old. Mrs. Drummond appears as one of the dignified high society types that Hyacinth Bucket is desperate to befriend. With her refined appearance and composed demeanor, she becomes a symbol of the class status Hyacinth so feverishly aspires to. Sue Lloyd's elegant performance gave the character an air of effortless superiority, the kind that drives Hyacinth to both admiration and desperation. Sue Lloyd, born on August 7, 1939, in Aldeburgh, Suffolk, trained as a dancer before moving into acting. She rose to fame with her role in the Ipcress File, 1965, and was widely recognized for her long-running performance as Barbara Hunter in the soap opera Crossroads. Lloyd often portrayed glamorous, confident women with sharp intellect. She was married to actor Ronald Allen, her Crossroads co-star. Sadly, she passed away on October 20, 2011 at the age of 72, following a battle with cancer. Her poise and screen presence left a lasting impression on British television. Jean Mockford portrayed Mrs. East in Keeping Up Appearances, 1990, when she was 64 years old. Mrs. East was one of the minor but comically effective background characters in the show's suburban tapestry. Often involved in community or neighborhood situations, she was among those who quietly endured Hyacinth's overbearing charm and obsessive manners. Though her role was brief, Mockford's expressive face and impeccable timing left a memorable impression. Jean Mockford, born on March 15, 1926 in Catford, London, was a beloved character actress with a career that spanned several decades. She was best known for playing the spirited and often outrageous Senna the Soothsayer in Up Pompeii, alongside Frankie Howerd. Her career included roles in Doctors, Last of the Summer Wine, and numerous stage productions. With her energetic performances and comedic flair, she became a familiar face to British audiences. Jean Mockford passed away on November 16, 2018, at the age of 92. Her passing marked the end of a long life devoted to the craft of acting and the joy of making people laugh. Una Stubs portrayed Mrs. Moody in Keeping Up Appearances, 1995, when she was 58 years old. Mrs. Moody appeared in the later episodes of the series as one of the characters drawn into Hyacinth's exhausting social efforts. Stubs brought warmth and subtle comic timing to her scenes, adding depth and familiarity to the ensemble cast. Though her role was brief, her presence added authenticity and class to the series. Una Stubs, born on May 1, 1937, in Welwyn Garden City, Hertfordshire, was a highly respected actress, dancer, and television personality. She became a household name in the 1960s with her role in Till Death Us Do Part, and went on to star in Worzel Gummidge, EastEnders, and later as the charming Mrs. Hudson in Sherlock, 2010 to 2017. Known for her grace and warmth on screen, Stubs also worked extensively in theater and children's programming. She passed away on August 12, 2021, at the age of 84, after a long illness. Her passing was mourned across the UK as the loss of a national treasure in the world of entertainment. Ian Lavender portrayed the security representative in Keeping Up Appearances, 1995, when he was 49 years old. In his guest appearance, Ian Lavender played a security officer, a character that, although minor, found himself caught in the crossfire of Hyacinth's overblown concerns and exaggerated sense of urgency. With his calm professionalism, Lavender's character helped to ground the scene while still complementing the show's satirical take on middle-class manners. Born on February 16, 1946, in Birmingham, England, Ian Lavender was best known for his iconic role as Private Pike in Dad's Army, a part he began at age 22 and maintained throughout the series' long run. He later appeared in EastEnders and toured in stage productions across the UK. Lavender's comic innocence and endearing charm made him a beloved figure in British popular culture. Sadly, he passed away on February 2, 2024, at the age of 77, after a long illness. His death was widely mourned by fans and peers alike, marking the end of an era in classic British comedy. Marcia Warren portrayed Bunty in Keeping Up Appearances, 1992, when she was 49 years old. Bunty, though only seen briefly in the series, fits seamlessly into Hyacinth's world of status anxiety and social maneuvering. Often appearing as a friend or acquaintance from the elusive genteel class, Bunty represents another rung on the social ladder Hyacinth struggles to climb. Marcia Warren brings her signature wit and expressive face to the role, creating a believable portrait of a posh, yet slightly aloof, acquaintance. Born on November 26, 1943, in Watford, Hertfordshire, Warren trained at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. She is a two-time Olivier Award winner and a respected stage actress with acclaimed roles in West End productions. More recently, she gained recognition for portraying Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother in The Crown, 2022. As of 2025, Marcia Warren is 81 years old and remains active in the acting community, known for her sharp timing, charm, and distinguished theatrical work. Angus Lenny portrayed Mr. Farini in Keeping Up Appearances, 1995, when he was 65 years old. Mr. Farini is a minor but memorable character whose interactions with Hyacinth contribute to the sitcom's rich mosaic of British suburban life. Played with quiet humor by Angus Lenny, Mr. Farini added texture to the world surrounding the Buckets, representing the ordinary people caught up in Hyacinth's absurd efforts at social climbing. Angus Lenny, born on April 18, 1930 in Glasgow, Scotland, was best known for his role as the cheerful flying officer Ives, the Mole, in The Great Escape, 1963. A compact actor with a big screen presence, he appeared in countless British TV dramas and comedies such as Doctor Who, Crossroads, and To Serve Them All My Days. He was celebrated for his ability to bring humanity to even the smallest roles. Lenny passed away on September 14, 2014, at the age of 84. His contributions to British film and television earned him great respect within the industry, Who is your favorite character from Keeping Up Appearances? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.